Turn it up, swashbucklers. You're listening to Under the Crossbones, episode number 26. I am your host, Phil Johnson. Thank you so much for listening. Hey, fun fact, 26, also the number of space-time dimensions in bosonic string theory. So, whichever space-time dimension you happen to be listening in today, I appreciate you being here and listening to the show. I got a great guest for you today. My guest today is Franco Tempesta from the band Naufragant. And Naufragant is a pirate metal band from Buenos Aires, Argentina, which is super great. He contacted me on YouTube, and we talked, and he's a super great dude, and I'm excited to have him on the show, and I think you're really going to dig him. Plus, I've got a sneak preview of their brand new single for you today, which is going to be excellent. And yeah, pirate music is super interesting. In the pirate metal, I like pirate metal. I think that's so cool because I was always a metalhead as a teenager. So it's all good for me to hear that kind of stuff. You will hear it's an interesting interview in that first of all, Franco has a very heavy Spanish accent, which is okay for me because I live among Spanish accents myself. And so hopefully you don't have any problem with that. I think it's not too bad. I think you'll be okay with it. There are also, and I thought this was kind of cool, sirens in the background at different points. He must have had a window open or something. But yes, you actually not only get to hear the interview, but you get to hear the sounds of Buenos Aires at the same time. So very exciting, very exciting. So did you guys go to Gasparilla and stuff over the weekend? Because I didn't. I'm out here on the other coast, and but I was kind of following some of the stuff online. I would like to hear, if you went to Gasparilla over the weekend, I would like to get a trip report from you. I'd love to hear about the festival, and if it's cool, I'll play it on the show. Here's what you do. Call this phone number, 408-599-2733, and that is my Google Voice number. You can just leave me a voicemail there. Tell me about your trip. Tell me about what went on at the festival. And like I said, if it's cool, I will play it on the show because I think that would be fun to do. Again, that phone number is 408-599-2733. And I was thinking next year, if the show keeps building like it is, they have an improv comedy club there in Tampa, Florida. And so maybe next year I will come down there and we can do a live podcast. I can do some shows. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So let's all keep that in mind for next January, huh? We'll do that. We'll do that. But I was busy here last week. Did a set at Cobb's in San Francisco, which was fantastic fun. Thanks to everybody that came out for that. It was a really, really fun show. The place was packed, which I did not expect it to be because it was the week in between the ending of Sketchfest, which is a huge comedy festival there, and the beginning of the Super Bowl madness that is happening. So the crowd was much bigger than I thought it would be. Great sets from everybody. Super fun thing. Speaking of Super Bowl, some of you listening may be excited for the Super Bowl. Maybe you're a Carolina fan. Maybe you are a Denver fan. We here in California pretty much don't give a crap about either of those teams. And yet, the Super Bowl is right here in my backyard this weekend happening. Oh, by the way, not in San Francisco. I know they keep saying it's in San Francisco. They're lying to you, my friend. They're lying to you. The Super Bowl is actually happening in Santa Clara, California, which is 45 miles away from San Francisco. Yeah, the Niners, the San Francisco 49ers, they don't play in San Francisco anymore. They play in Santa Clara. They play about 15 miles from my house here, just outside of San Jose in Santa Clara. And I think a lot of people coming into town probably don't know that and are probably going to be disappointed when they have to drive an hour and a half, sit in traffic. It's literally going to take 4 hours probably between leaving hotel room and walking into said stadium. So it ought to be interesting. The rest of us who really don't care about the game or either team or anything that's going on are just kind of battening down like there's a huge storm coming. We're putting shutters on the windows. Everything has just been like, don't leave the house if you don't have to. Use public transportation. Don't take a car. We're just completely shutting down the city so that Super Bowl L can come to town. They're not calling it L, huh? They're calling it Super Bowl 50. I don't know why they decided. A friend of mine wrote an article for a site about the Super Bowl, and he said the the change to Arabic numerals was presenting some security concerns, which I thought was a fantastic joke that just kind of slipped by. So good job, Joe Nguyen. Nice joke on that one. So, but here's what I am missing. Metallica is playing at AT&T Park, which actually is in San Francisco. The San Francisco Giants actually play in San Francisco at AT&T Park, and Metallica is doing a concert there Saturday night, the night before the Super Bowl. And that, of course, is sold out completely, and I won't be going to that. But why not have Metallica play halftime? That would have been way better. Who do we get? Coldplay. Not from the San Francisco Bay Area, as far as I know, not from Carolina or Denver. Or it's such a weird choice, Coldplay for halftime. Like, they're not even like an up-tempo. It's not like Bruno Mars or something. I think Metallica would have been a far better choice for the halftime show. But now that I know Coldplay is playing halftime, that means I don't have to watch any of the game at all, because I really don't care about any of it. Do you know football only has 11 minutes of real action in it? That's why there's so many replays, and here's a shot of the coach, and here's a shot of the ref, and here's a shot of the guy selling popcorn, and here's a shot of the cheerleaders. It's because there's nothing going on most of the time. Baseball is only slightly better with 18 minutes of action over the course of the game. New York Times did a thing on it a while back. So anyway, I will be sitting at home watching Netflix this weekend. I do have a couple shows actually coming up that you can come and see me at. This Wednesday, the 3rd, I will be at Massays in Walnut Creek, California, headlining that show. On Thursday, the 4th, I will be at the Shelton Theater in San Francisco, California. I know, I'm going to try and go to San Francisco in the middle of Super Bowl week and do a gig. But it should be fun. Shelton Theater, it's a show called Cheaper Than Therapy, which is a really, really fun show at the Shelton Theater. That's Thursday, February the 4th. So if you're in town, come see that. On the 11th, which I believe is a Thursday, I think, I will be at the Downtown Theater in Fairfield, California, headlining that show. On Friday the 12th, I will be at the Queen Bean in Modesto, California, and that is a benefit for the Central Valley Walk Now for Autism Speaks organization. So raising money for the autistic kids, that's going to be fun. On Saturday the 13th, I will be at the Mad Cow in Murphy's, California. Last show they had there was standing room only, so we are going to do it up right in Murphy's. And then after that, from February the 18th through the 27th, I will be in the Edmonton, Canada area. I'll be doing 3 nights headlining at the Comedy Factory in Edmonton. I have a show in Leduc. And other than that, I don't know. I will find out when I get there what they have booked for me. This promoter is a little bit secretive, but I'm going to just show up and tell jokes wherever he tells me to tell jokes. But it's my first headlining tour in Canada. So it should be a whole lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it, and it's going to be all good. So we're going to get to the interview here with Franco in just a second with Franco Tempesta. Is there a better rock star name than Franco Tempesta? That is a good rock star name, man. If you're digging the show, I hope you are. I hope you keep listening. Tell your friends. The best thing you can do is tell your friends. The second best thing you can do is leave us some nice reviews on the iTunes, because that helps immensely. You can also support the show financially if you would like. If you go to underthecrossbones.com/support, right there, you can leave a little donation in the PayPal box. That's nice. You can click the Amazon banner, which costs you absolutely nothing, and I get a little commission from anything you buy while you're there, which is real nice. And if you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, it is dirt cheap to do so, and very helpful to keeping the show going as well. So all that information is on underthecrossbones.com/support. All right, kids, let's get to the interview with Franco Tempesta from Naufragant. Enjoy. So why don't you introduce yourself a little bit and tell me a little bit about the band and what it's all about?
Yeah, let's talk about Naufragant. We have recently changed our name, from Skull and Bones to Naufragant.
Uh-huh.
The reason for doing that was because we have dealt with some legal issues with the previous one. So we decided to start looking for a more personal and unique one. And finally, after a long time searching, we found this very fascinating word from the Latin, and we instantly fell in love with it. So now, naufragant means be wrecked in English. Also, the Spanish word for be wrecked would be naufragar in Spanish. which gets pretty close to the English pronunciation, for Naufragant.
Yeah.
Also, the Spanish language came from the Latin, so I believe we have found it a very unique name. The fans like it so far, so I guess we have made the best decision about it. We are very excited about this new era for the band.
That's very cool. Well, I'll tell you this first. I'm very excited that I actually pronounced it right. Because I totally wasn't sure. Yeah, and so when I played you guys one of your songs on one of the episodes a while back, I totally was guessing at that. So I was glad I got that right. Now, when you so I imagine there was another band using Skull and Bones. That's why you had to change it up.
Yeah, it was this band from Brazil, but they were not the problem at all. But they were a lot of trademarks for Skull and Bones out there. We had the rights from Argentina, but at the moment we need to get the rights out there on Europe, Japan, and stuff like that. It was very difficult to get it, so we decided to change it and get it. I guess that use this occasion to found a more unique name, a more personal name. So I guess we found it.
Yeah, I like the name. I like the new name. I think it's really unique, and it's more. It's got more character than Skull and Bones, I think. But I've been through those problems too. The name of my band is Roadside Attraction, and I own the trademark on it, and I've been able to defend it. But yeah, we've always run into other bands using it, or I have worldwide rights to it, except for in Seattle, Washington. That's the only place. It's the only place. But yeah, so that's very cool. So where do you come from as a musician? Tell me a little bit about that, what you were doing before this band.
Yes, I can tell you. I can tell you about my music career if you want. I have always been attracted by the music since my childhood. My dad used to make me listen to classic rock bands, like Creedence, Chuck Berry, Shirley Lewis. While I was just playing with my toys. So he also used to listen to instrumental music, like Evangelists, even classical music.
Okay.
So I believe that music was like the soundtrack of my childhood. Then one day, my brother came with this cassette from AC/DC of the album Ball Breaker. I don't know if you have heard about it.
Oh, sure.
It's a pretty old one, but yeah. I remember to crank it every day before school, doing air guitar. So it was insane, man. And I guess that album was the reason somehow to start learning guitar and music theory. To be honest, at first I wanted to become a virtuoso guitar player, a very skilled guitar player. But with the time, I realized that what I really enjoyed to do was to write good songs with catchy melodies, right, and nice harmonies,
Yep.
And some memorable chorus. So that was the time when I started trying to sing into and writing my first decent songs. So to start talking about the beginning of Skull and Bones, for me it all started with the first pirate related book, I think, that my grandma gave me as a birthday present when I was just a kid, which was Stevenson's Treasure Island.
Oh, okay.
It became my favorite swashbuckling book since then, So I started looking for more books of this genre. I discovered more classics like Sandokan, the Black Corsair from Emilio Salgari. It's an Italian writer. Because they became classics of the swashbuckling genre, at least here in Argentina.
Sure.
I don't know if it's the same out there in USA, but
yeah, Treasure Island we've got a deep history with here. The other one, the Black Corsair, is known to some people, but not quite as known as Treasure Island.
Oh,
yeah,
sounds nice. I just really became very interested in it, as well as the Ala Triste Chronicles from this Spanish writer I don't remember the name right now. I guess it's Arturo Pérez Reverte or something like that. I'm not sure if they are considered classic, but they are down here in Argentina. They well consider the classics too. And anyway, at that time, I was also immersed on heavy metal music and taking guitar lessons. So I started looking for artists who actually sings about pirates. Surprisingly, I found it. There was this Sherman band called Running Wild.
Okay.
They have a couple songs about pirate legends on their albums. Even the music sounded very piratey too. So they are still a great influence for us. But I was looking to actually write a complete album about one single pirate story, because that was something nobody has done before. So that was my sort of motivation to start a pirate metal band. Obviously, I chose Treasure Island to conceptually base our first album, which is The Cursed Island, which we titled The Cursed Island. And we made like a heavy metal homage to that novel. That was the main idea on this. That was so far the beginning of Skull and Bones.
Yeah, that's great, and I think it's you're right. Nobody had really done sort of a pirate concept album like that before, and I thought that was a really cool idea. When you started into this project, I mean, if we talk songwriting a little bit, how did you break down the book into things or subjects that you wanted to write songs about for the album?
Well, it looks more difficult than it is,
I'm sure.
Because when you have a book to be based on. After writing an album, before writing an album, when just following the book story, you just get more variants, if I can say so, for your songs. Your songs could be like could difference each other, because you just need to write a song about, just to put an example, the opening scene of the book when Billy Bones arrives to Admiral Ben Bohem. So for me it's more easy to write an album based on a concept book, because you have already set a script,
Yeah, so that does make sense, that having a script to go to might make the songwriting process a little bit easier. I know the easiest songs I've written have been the ones where I'm kind of given a subject and go, here, I need a song about this. And it's when I have to sit down facing a blank page that it gets a little bit weird.
That's right. Here you have like an already written script, so it gets more easy on writing songs about it.
Sure.
So I guess that's it.
So you had this idea to put together a pirate band, and you went out looking for musicians. And what was the response when you said, "Oh, we're putting together a pirate metal band"?
Well, here in Argentina, it is no so common to hear that, like, pirate metal. I guess that we are the only pirate metal band here in Argentina.
I would imagine.
So yeah, in fact, in South America, because the pirate metal are just so many few bands out there. I think Running Wild is the first one singing about pirates. Then is this Scottish band called Ailstorm, which they are like the most famous pirate metal band. At least for now.
Yeah.
But it's pretty weird to find a heavy metal band to sing about pirates here in Argentina.
Sure.
If you mean to that, but I guess it's also like a very different band. That's good for us, because it's not just another heavy metal band with 80s sound. we have like 1,000 here, so it's pretty cool to be like a different band, you know.
Yeah. Do you think that's has that, when you go out to do shows, has that worked in your favor, or has it worked against you?
Yeah, you mean on the live shows?
Yeah.
I think it really works because we just go live on these pirate costumes. I mean, we are not using like a parrot on my shoulder or something like that, but we are using like this shirt from the decade from the golden age. I mean, it's like a pirate shirt. So the people got more interested on it because we are not like just random guys with black shirts playing heavy metal. We are just like a pirates doing heavy metal. So I think it's working for us on that way. We are really excited about this. We are also working on doing like more special shows with more like we have actually a chest on stage, and we have this song called "Rum for the Crew." Every time we play that song live, we open the chest and gave rum to the public, to the audience. So that became like a classic part of our show, and the people I think very amazed about that because it's like a heavy metal band spending alcohol live. I think.
Right.
So I get that's what it's working for us.
That's great. That's great. I've always been a performer and a writer that's a little bit different too, and I find in some cases it really works for you because people go, "Wow, that's really cool. It's really different," and then other times you get the closed-minded types who go, "That's different. I don't like it." So I'm glad to hear that that's really working out well for you guys because I've been known to have my own stuff backfire.
Absolutely, man. It's just like here.
Yeah.
So I can talk to you about our first music video.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It was this from this song called "The Chest of Billy Bones." It was we released it like on this special date of Talk Like a Pirate Day of last year. We selected this song at "The Chest of Billy Bones," which tells the opening scene of the novel of the Treasure Island. When Billy Bones arrives to the Admiral Benbow Inn, carrying his mysterious chest. So we decided to recreate this scene on this video, and it was a really hard work to achieve because we took care of all the production of it. We needed to hire 2 actors for the pirate characters, one to play as Billy Bones and the other as Blacktail. Also, we had to find a location for the Admiral Benbow Inn. That was the most difficult aspect, in fact. But fortunately, we found this location outside the capital city, outside Buenos Aires. It was this kind of restaurant, I think, of antique aspect, of old aspect. The owners showed us the back of the restaurant, and we thought it would be perfect for the inside scenes. So we decided to shoot that scenes there. The funny thing was that the restaurant was open to the public that day. So at the front of the restaurant, the regular clients were eating and drinking. And at the back, we had these 2 pirates arguing each other and doing sword fighting. So it was an awesome experience,
Yeah.
We learned a lot working on that video.
That sounds like so much fun. It's always interesting shooting around the public when you have to do that.
It was definitely.
So you've got the album out now. Tell me the name of the album again.
Our first album was The Cursed Island.
Right. Yes, that's it. Good. So that one's out now. Are you guys touring on that album? What's the live schedule look like?
Well, we are just very close to the release of our brand new single.
Uh-huh.
It's a whole new single. It will be a 7 minutes long epic track
Wow.
based on the Black Cursor
Oh,
by
okay.
Emilio Salgari. Yes, we are doing classics again, again based on a classic book. We spent all this year writing new songs for our next full-length album.
Uh-huh.
We are preparing for so long this next track because we did all the mixings, even the mastering stages by ourselves
Oh, okay.
on our own studio.
Uh-huh.
So we worked really hard to achieve this final product. We didn't expect. We worked really hard to achieve this new single. We just can't wait to finally release it and give our fans a taste of what is coming with our next full-length album.
That's cool. I think I mean you guys must get a lot of action on the internet that you wouldn't necessarily find in one place because it's a niche thing that goes out, but there's pirate fans all over the world that may not be right there in Buenos Aires. So has the internet been a help to you guys with that kind of stuff?
Yeah, a lot. It's very great for us because as you said, we are pretty far from all the pirate metal action, for say so. And internet is working really well for us. We are still selling the Cursed Island through PayPal and taking orders worldwide. So and we sold kind of a lot of albums. We have made this kind of contract with a new USA label. It's called, let me think if I remember. Stormspell Records.
Okay.
It's a metal label which specialized 80s or 80s kind of sounding.
Gotcha.
Heavy metal bands. We got this kind of deal, and they released their own version of the Cursed Island. They took charge of distributed out there in Europe to another labels. One label was from Japan, and that was so great. Another label from Germany, it was called Helion Records. Internet, it's good. It's working very well for us.
That's great
so far.
And do you guys tour quite a bit or staying home?
We are just playing our next gig here in Buenos Aires.
Okay.
It will be the first gig ever under the Naufragant flag, because we used to call it Skull and Crossbones.
Yeah.
So it will be here in Buenos Aires with another local band called Skiltron. So we are preparing a very special show this time. We'll be playing a couple of new songs too for the next album. So we are really looking forward to set sail with Naufragant for the first time ever.
Nice, that's fantastic.
So we always try to do new gigs here in Buenos Aires. I hope someday we could have the option to go out there in Europe or USA maybe. I don't know, but it could be awesome. Yeah.
Nice. Fantastic. Well, that's great, man. Well, we will definitely be keeping watch on the web for new music from you guys and the new single and all that kind of stuff. When does the new single come out?
It will be come out at the end, after this year end.
Great.
I mean, before this year end. Sorry. It will be at the end of December.
Okay, great. Yeah, so people will be listening to this interview in January. So now's your chance, people listening. Go and get the new single from Naufragant. That's going to be great. Did I miss anything that you want to tell us about that I didn't ask about?
Well, I can tell you about. I'm also a huge fan of video games.
Okay.
I guess I have tried out every pirate-related game at least for PC.
Uh-huh.
That's how I discovered this team of video game developers called Pirates Ahoy Community. By the way, I knew about your podcast thanks to them.
Oh, great. Yeah, they've been very kind over there. Yes.
Yes, they are such cool guys. And anyway, I became really interested on this project they had. They were working on a new age of sales-inspired video game called Hearts of Oak, Conquest of the Seas, which still is still on development stages, by the way. It's a very ambitious project because they want to create an open world map of the entire Caribbean, including specific details of every location. And the same applies to the development. So I guess it will take a few years for them to release it. And anyway, I just got in contact with them through their forum and showed them a couple orchestral and folky tracks that sounds very piratey, and they like it very much. So I wrote like 4 tracks for that game so far.
Great.
And I must say that I'm not the only composer, though, since it's a community theme. They have another really talented composers working on it. So it was great. It was like a great team working experience.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's a good crew of people over there. I just talked with Thagar recently in an interview. So they've been very supportive of the show over there. It's a great website. Even for people who are not into video games or modding, they just got lots of good pirate stuff over there.
Yeah, they are such a nice, cool pirates out there.
Very cool. Well, Franco, this has been fun. I'm glad we finally got this together, man.
Thanks to you, Phil. It was my pleasure to be here. I really wanted to be on your show because, congratulations, by the way, because it's a great show.
Oh, thanks.
I actually heard about, I guess it was like 5 or 4 shows ago. This guy... it was like a writer, of this book of the untold story of the Treasure Island.
Oh yeah,
or something like that.
John Amrain. That was episode 19, I think.
That guy. It was such a great show. So congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Just keep doing this, please.
I will. Thank you very much, Frank. It was great to talk to you. We'll talk again soon.
Thanks to you, man.
All right. Bye-bye. And there it is, friends. That is my interview with Franco Tempesta of Naufragant. And you can find Naufragant at their website, www.naufragant.com, which is spelled probably nothing like it sounds. It's spelled Naufragant. Naufragant. That's how you do it. And there'll be a link on the show notes under thecrossbones.com/026. As well, I will link to... the book that he was talking about, The Black Corsair, which is the subject of their new single, which we're going to hear in just a minute. And I'll link up to a cool music video that they've got, too, that he was talking about. And that'll all be in the show notes under thecrossbones.com/026. I'm going to play The Black Corsair for you today. The single is officially not out yet. They're a little bit behind due to some graphics issues and things like that. But we'll be out on streaming, download, and all that very soon. But they've given me the exclusive preview on it for you guys today to check out. So we'll be doing that. And also we'll be hearing some comedy from Dylan Reimer, who is a Canadian comic up in Vancouver. Very funny. You're going to dig him. He's got a bit about Fox News that's just great. We have a sponsor on the show today, and that sponsor is Southern Yellow Pine Publishing, home of S.R. Staley's Pirate of Panther Bay series. And you can hear a full interview with the author, S.R. Staley, back on episode 20. And the books are about a girl named Isabella, and she escapes. She's a slave. She escapes the chains of slavery on Santo Domingo, and through hard work and perseverance, she becomes the captain of a 22-gun pirate brig. It's exciting stuff. Strong female lead, lots of swashbuckling, and fun for all ages, but still historically accurate to the age of sail. We talked a lot about that in his interview and how he got that, and it's really cool. If you're familiar with Cindy Valor, historian, who I interviewed back on episode 4, she said, this adventurous tale takes a circuitous journey that remains true to the real world of pirates and Spain's desire to reign over the New World. They're really fun books. There's 2 books so far, The Pirate of Panther Bay, and the second one is called Tortuga Bay, and they're both available on Amazon. And I've made it very easy for you. Just go to underthecrossbones.com/panther, and that will take you right to SR Staley's artist page where you can check those out. And if you buy yourself something, that nets the show a little bit money too in a commission. So I appreciate you doing that. Our other sponsor for today is LifeLock. Don't let those new modern pirates, the ones that don't even know how to dress well, the ones that are just out to steal your identity and they just want to steal your information, they have no fashion sense at all. But you don't want those guys stealing your information, and the way to make that happen is to get a LifeLock account. They're really inexpensive. LifeLock, they monitor all the deepest, darkest parts of the web to make sure that your information isn't floating around out there. They've caught some stuff for me that would have been ugly otherwise. Very cool. It's just part of doing business these days. And you can get 10% off a LifeLock membership if you go to underthecrossbones.com/LifeLock and click Start Your Membership. After you click that Start Your Membership button, you will see the 10% off your LifeLock membership. So go ahead and get that. And I got an ebook for you if you want to get the Alexander Exquemelin Pirates of Panama, Buccaneers, I got stuck on Buccaneers of America. It's a great seminal book in pirate history. Written during the time of, and so you definitely want to get that. You can either get that if you go to underthecrossbones.com and click on free ebook, or you can just text the word pirate and your email address to 94253. Again, text pirate and your email address to 94253, and you'll get a link to download that ebook very, very easily. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's get some comedy from Dylan Reimer, and then we're going to hear the Black Corsair from Naufragant. Enjoy.
Right before they went to commercial, the newscaster goes, "We're going to be back with more on this story after the following commercial breaks, plus a sex offender." And he smiled. I swear, he smiled just a little bit, and then he realized he was like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't smile with the word sex offender. And then the word sex offender came up in big orange letters. I guess orange is the sex offenderiest color or whatever, right? But that was their hook. That was supposed to keep you going through the commercial break, right? And I'm just thinking, what kind of weirdo psycho is like, I can't change the channel, gotta see the sex offender? Me! I was the freak weirdo. I had to see the sex offender. I was riveted. I just glued to the screen, like, gotta see the sex offender. Gotta see what this guy, I have to see if this guy looks like what I think he looks like, and he did. He did not disappoint. This guy was such a sex offender. I've never seen anyone like that. He was so sex offendery that if he wasn't a sex offender, he may as well just go out and start sex offending, because no one would believe him looking like that, right? Like, you know how people all over the world who claim that they've been abducted by aliens and they've never met each other, they all draw the same weird E.T. looking alien? If I got everyone in this room and everyone watching this on the internet to draw a sex offender, you would have totally drawn this guy. It was you're thinking the same thing. Long, stringy Nick Nolte hair, Hawaiian shirt. He's wearing shorts with like socks and sandals, right? Everything about it. I don't know where they found this guy. They must have gone down to like Chuck E. Cheese and sucked all the balls out of the ballroom and just found him lying there like, he's perfect. Grab him and throw a net over him and drag him on down to Fox News and put him in a rusty cage. Whenever the ratings start to dip, Rupert Murdoch just goes, "Release the sex offender Kraken," and the big rusty gate opens up like the Rancor monster in Return of the Jedi, like, running around. He's got a little camera on the side of his head, so it's sex offender cam, and they have like a little mannequin dressed as a Boy Scout, and he just goes and f***s it in the head, and then it's just the word fear, 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 over and over again. And then they go to commercial and try and sell you boner pills and life insurance and pedophile repellent.
And that is the show for today, my friend. Thank you very much again for listening. I hope you've had fun. Next week, I have a very cool show for you. It is part 1 of a 2-part episode with John Chatterton, who is a wreck diver and treasure hunter. He's the guy that has been to a real pirate ship underneath the waves, and you are going to absolutely love this interview. So make sure that you're subscribed, make sure that you tune in next week, and it's going to be super cool. For my guest today, make sure you go visit Naufragant at their website, which is www.naufragant.com, and that is naufragant.com. And you can visit comedian Dylan Reimer on Facebook at facebook.com/dylan.reimer. And I'll have links to all that on the show notes, along with links to The Black Corsair, the book, and the Naufragant music video, and all kinds of other cool stuff. So make sure you drop by underthecrossbones.com/026. If you haven't left an iTunes review yet, please go do that. It's very helpful, and I appreciate the nice words. And that's it. That's it for our show this week. Next week, John Chatterton. Talk to you then.